Now, I still like AIMÉ on DORE, but I lost the love for them recently, and the reason why is absolutely terrible, and I was thinking about not even including this in the video. So today we're talking about the clothing that I used to love, but I've sadly fallen out of love with. Now, I've got nothing against any of the items on this list. Remember, I did used to love them after all. But for whatever reason, I've fallen out of love with them, and I'll explain why in this video. These are my own opinions based off my own personal current style, so if you still enjoy wearing any of these items, don't let me put you off. As I always say on the channel, there's no right and wrong when it comes to fashion, so wear whatever you like, wear what makes you happy. And speaking of what you like, if you do like this video at any point, please do drop it a like. And now that's all out the way, let's get into the video. So the first item on the list is common projects. Now, I used to live in my common projects and I wanted a pair for years before I finally got some. I still remember the day I got my first pair of white Achilles low, and it was a really special day. I don't think I slept that well the night before, and I remember waiting impatiently by the door for the delivery man to arrive. And this is how sad I was. That night, when I went to bed, I put them by the side of my bed, so they'd be the first thing that I saw when I woke up. They were the first pair of designer sneakers that I ever bought, and I'd saved up really hard for them, so they'll always hold a bit of a special place in my heart. I loved common projects so much that I bought a pair of the B-ball lows, a pair of the black and white Achilles low, and another pair of white Achilles low for when my other ones got worn out. So I spent a small fortune on common projects. And for about 4 years, I pretty much only wore common projects. I didn't really want to wear anything else, and I thought I'd always wear them for the rest of my life. But these days, I've lost the love for them, and I can't actually remember the last time that I wore them. Now, don't get me wrong, I still think they're a great pair of sneakers, and they're really easy to style, but I just find them a bit dull these days. Maybe I just wore them way too much, or my style changed, or maybe it's a bit of both. But I've also noticed a lot of other people who used to love wearing common projects have also stopped wearing them as much. And let me know if this is you. But I think they'll always have a place in fashion, and I'm sure I'll wear them again further down the line. But for now, they've taken a bit of a backseat. And no, it's not because of Rose Anvil's video. The next one on the list is CDG Play. Now, I remember being obsessed with CDG Play, and I love that little heart logo. I think I got my first piece from the line in about 2016, and it was just the basic t-shirt with the heart logo on it. And I did actually end up buying a few more of the same t-shirt in different colorways, and I got a lot of wear out of them. And after that, my sights were set on the CDG Play Converse, and I wanted them in all the colorways, and the high tops and the low tops, it didn't matter, I wanted them all. And luckily enough, my fiance bought me a pair for my birthday about 3 or 4 years ago, and I was over the moon. But unfortunately, because my birthday is in the winter and they were white canvas, I didn't want to wear them outside because I didn't want to ruin them. So what I did was I stored them away and waited patiently for summer so I could wear them. And unfortunately, by the time the summer rolled round, I'd completely gone off CDG Play, and I felt awful because I'd been gifted these shoes by my fiance, and now I didn't want to wear them. She did keep asking me when I was going to wear them, and eventually I had to come clean and tell her that I didn't like them anymore. I was just really bored of seeing them absolutely everywhere. That red heart on the side of the shoe really makes them stand out, so you can't miss them. So in the end, after never wearing them, I did decide to sell them, and I put the money towards a regular pair of Chuck 70 high tops instead. Now, I know you see Chuck 70s everywhere as well, but because they're such a simple shoe, they don't stand out that much, so I don't get as bored of seeing them. The next one we got on the list are turtlenecks. Now, I've made content on the channel about turtlenecks, and I did used to like the look they gave off, but these days, I've definitely fallen out of love with them. I feel like they're a piece of clothing that most men turn to when they want to dress up a little bit, and I think they can make you look a little bit arrogant. I don't know how to explain it any better. There's no doubt about it, I'm going to wear a turtleneck again in the future. They are a classic piece, but right now they don't fit in with my current style, and I'm a bit sick of them. The next one is all about the lack of clothing, but it's the sockless look. When I first started posting my outfits over on Instagram about 5 or 6 years ago now, that's crazy that it's been that long. But yeah, I was obsessed with the sockless look. A pair of crop trousers, common project sneakers, and your ankles out. That was the look that I used to go for. And I thought it looked so good that I continued this look even into the winter. Even if people were pointing out that my ankles must be freezing, I didn't care. I wanted those ankles out at all times. And for some reason, I don't know why, and I'm pretty sure it happened overnight, but I completely fell out of love with this look. Now, I'm aware it's a good idea to wear no socks if you live in a really hot country, and I'll still wear no socks if I'm wearing things like espadrilles, boat shoes and loafers sometimes, but other than that, I'm not really for it. The next one we got on the list is the brand AIMÉ DORE. Now, I still like AIMÉ DORE, but I lost the love for them recently. And the reason why is absolutely terrible, and I was thinking about not even including this in the video. But I can't help how I feel, so I thought I'd just tell you anyway. But I remember discovering AIMÉ DORE in about 2016, and I remember getting my first piece from them in 2017, and I was absolutely blown away by the quality. And I loved the brand instantly. They weren't that well known back then, mainly because they hadn't been around very long, but a couple of years later, the brand really took off and I was seeing people wearing them everywhere. And I know this sounds really pretentious, but it put me off wanting to buy anything from them because they didn't feel so special to me anymore. Now, I'm really pleased for the brand and I'm really glad they have the success they deserve, but in a really selfish way, I wanted them to stay more low-key. It's the same in music when you like a more obscure band and then they blow up and you start to get annoyed at them blowing up. Why wouldn't you want a band that you really like to do well for themselves? It means they can keep doing what they love to do. And I really can't stand it when people do the whole I knew them before they were big kind of thing. And here I am doing it myself, and I can't stand it. But it's just the way I feel currently. I know I'll probably wear them again in the future, but I just need a break from them right now. The next item we've got are skinny jeans. Now, I went through a phase, like a lot of us probably did, of wearing really skinny jeans, and I mean really skinny. I wanted them so tight that the ones in the men's section weren't tight enough, so I got them from the women's section. Now, I am enjoying wearing more slimmer fits these days, but my slimmer fits these days I would have seen as being baggy back then. That's how tight my jeans were. But yeah, I think there's a really high chance of me wearing all of the items on this list again in the future, but skinny jeans I don't see as being one of them. So out of interest, if you feel the same way about any of these items on this list, let me know in the comments. Also, I do realise it's been a while since I did a styling video on the channel, and there are some on the way. It's just because we're currently in the process of moving house, so it's quite difficult at the moment. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please do leave it a like. If you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe, and I will see you all next week. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. See you later.